Good day, everyone. My name is Tianus Kruger. I'm a financial trading educator with FXTM Introduction. There's my email if you've got any questions after this. The purpose of this short video, I'm going to try to keep it short, is an introduction for new or stuck traders. And with that, I mean traders that are sitting in a boom and bust situation. They make some trades, they make some profits, and they lose it again, and the emotions are still rampant in their trading. What does it take to make a net profit over a series of trades? Right, a lot of guys are falling around between different concepts, thinking they're looking for the holy grail, and I was in that trap for a long time myself, thinking that a couple of indicators and a method, a special strategy, will give us that edge that we can predict. Or make a lot of profit very quickly, right? But it's not true, and that's what people, unfortunately, what keeps traders in that what I call an entertainment trap. So the purpose of this is just to take you through a couple of things to make you realize what does it actually take to make a net profit over a series of trades. It is possible. I promise you, it's being done by a lot of traders. But it's simple, but it's not easy because it takes work, right? So let's, without any further ado, let's jump into it. I want to keep this video short, like I said. Right, so the first thing that's very important is to realize that the key lies in our mind, right? I don't care if you're an expert financial analyst or an expert technical analyst. If you haven't got the mindset, the right correct mindset, you will still find it difficult to make a net profit over a series of trades. And this is very good news for beginners especially, and guys that are stuck. You don't need to be an expert, right? If you get these mental skills in place, then it becomes much easier. So, and the bottom line is, and for this I use Mark Douglas' Trading in the Zone, a book about the psychology of trading, as a tool. The ability to make a net profit over a series of trades is a byproduct of mastering certain skills, mental skills, right? And the most important one of those is to start thinking in sample sizes, right? Think about the outcome of a series of trades, and not focus on the outcome of individual trades. That's why the emotions comes in. If you're still focusing on the outcome of individual trades, then the emotions comes in, the fears comes in. That causes randomness, right? That's the mental work that we need to do, right? And you have to understand the concepts. So a lot of my training, the first phase especially, has got to do with the mental part, right? Now there's certain principles that fits together like a jigsaw puzzle, and if there's gaps, then you will find it very difficult to make a net profit over a series of trades, right? So and it's almost the same as gears as well. The engine will not work if the gears is not all in place and all in the correct place. So what are those gears? What are those principles? Right. I call what I call a foundation of the ability to make a net profit over a series of trades is the following, and I like to call it the 4 M's. Right. Firstly is the method. Second one is money management, and the third one is the mind. So very quickly, method. It's got a couple of sections, if you want to call it that. The method has got to do with respecting and knowing the language of the market, understanding the market structure, so we know and we can identify places where the market actually shows us where momentum might come into the market, right? Always might. That's why we're gonna take calculated risks, and that's where we jump over to the money management, right? But firstly, there's 4 styles of trading, so there's different methods. And even having the perfect method is not going to help you if all 3 things are not in place. So the respect for the market structure, understanding the market language is the first part. Then the second part is money management, risk management, right? Taking a calculated risk firstly, and then protecting your account, getting out if the market momentum is not coming in as the market show you. And then lastly, letting your profits run. Right. If you cannot let your profits run, then you'll find it very difficult to make a net profit over a series of trades. And the last one is the mind part, and this is we already discussed the skill. It's a certain mastering certain skill sets that prepares you to be able to apply those things consistently. Right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't help if you've got the best method in the world. Very high win-loss ratio, very high risk-reward ratio, and that's also very important. Key concepts you have to understand when you're busy, busy finding or looking through the different styles to which style of trading you want to do. But if you cannot consistently apply it, obviously, you know, how you're going to make your net profit if you randomly apply it. So that's why the sample size is so important. So how do we get to this point? How do we move? What do we do to get to this point to have a good foundation, right? There's 4 development stages that you go through. And the first one being the mental framework preparation. That's where I focus a lot on the work of Mark Douglas, right? And exercises done there, understanding the concepts, understanding the paradox almost of the ability to, while we don't know what the outcome of each and every trade is going to be, we accept that it's not necessary. We can know through testing on old charts and research and development what the net profit over a series of trades will be. And if a certain edge, you know, a combination of variables that shows you based on the market structure, it might be an early stage of an X trend, might be an early stage of an X impulse wave that starts, then you know, is that there, right? How to apply that? Sorry, I lost track there a little bit. Okay, so and having to consistently apply that. So once we start understanding those concepts, then we jump to mastering the basics. And there, the basics, I mean, about being able to see the structure of the market, the uptrends, the downtrends in every single time frame where there's enough liquidity. You will see that, and then also focusing on the ability to apply a strategy. So like I was saying there, even if you've got the best strategy in the world, if you cannot apply it consistently, you know, you're going to problem. You're going to have difficulty making a net profit over a series of trades. And then in the third phase, this is where a lot of people try to jump in. This is now, after we've mastered that, this is where we start looking at us individually, choosing the combination of styles or style of trading that we like, and fitting it all together. What time frame, you know, how will we do the risk management, testing that on old charts, and making sure that that's a skill on its own. Believe me, it's so entertaining to be on the live charts, a live demo, but that can easily become a gaming mode, and then it's you know, then it's detrimental. This is a business, not a game. When we simulate as if we are trading live money, preparing ourselves mentally, you know, for going live and scaling. So this is a very important phase. Firstly on old charts, and then putting it all together, making sure it makes a net profit, and then testing, being able to test that on a live demo, working through all the glitches that might come in, putting some filters in, checking it out on a live demo, and then only starting to scale once we know all is in place. Or else if you start scaling and something is not in place there, that means you're building muscle memory with the wrong stuff, right? We want to build muscle memory with a method that actually gives us a net profit over a series of trades that we can apply, right? So and guys, that's basically it. So you go through those 4 phases, and just let me just run back. I was stuck for many years in this this phase, looking, you know, for that holy grail, that special set of indicators and stuff that actually, you know, makes it easy to make a net profit. The irony is, if you go through this first 2 phases, then any method can actually make you a net profit over a series of trades. But the more effective the method is, in the sense of the better the win-loss ratio is, the better the risk-reward ratio is, you know, the easier it is to make a net profit over a series of trades if you consistently apply it. And that's where the research and development mode, the exercise, and I've got exercises here to help people to work through the basics and stuff, and so, you know, to help you to get to this phase as soon as possible, or faster, not wasting years, months and years on it, like I did, but getting to this point where you can then start based on your routine and structure, you know, find a method that can work for you that you're going to start implementing, right? So any questions, please email me, and I'm helping a lot of guys to that's stuck in that third phase and that hasn't got the preparation. The foundation is not in place based on the fact that they haven't made the mental preparation or the understand the basics so well. I'm helping them to work through that to become better traders. Right. I hope you find this useful, and please contact me if you've got any questions. Goodbye.